The Knicks are one of the hottest teams in the NBA right now, winning 6 out of their last 7 games. The main catalyst for this dominant stretch has clearly been the OG Anunoby trade. Losing RJ Barrett was addition by subtraction, but Emmanuel quickly was an extremely promising young player for them. Losing IQ stinks, but OG has been the 3-and-D role player that New York desperately needed to get to the next level. The Knicks defense was really hurting after their starting center Mitchell Robinson went down with an ankle injury, but since acquiring OG, they rank number 1 in the NBA in defensive rating. And while the defense has leveled up, the offense is also humming, as the Knicks are within the top 10 in offensive rating during that same stretch. With that said, let's break down how this team has been thriving. Let's start off with OG Anunoby. Swapping RJ Barrett with OG has made a world of a difference. Rowan shot just 25% from deep in the month of December. Teams were leaving him open, which was killing the Knicks' spacing. OG, on the other hand, is a knockdown shooter, especially from the corner. Now with OG in the starting lineup, the spacing on the floor is so much better. And he's not only a good shooter, but also a good cutter. On this play, he notices Anthony Edwards is sagging off of him, and he doesn't just stay at the three-point line, he cuts and gets a dunk. He's also a willing passer. On the kickout, he uses the pump fake to get by Kuzma, and instead of challenging the shot blocker, he makes the extra pass to Hart, who finishes. And on the defensive end, he's an absolute menace. Every game, OG is given the job of guarding the other team's best player, and his combination of size, length, and agility make him tough to score against. And he's an extremely versatile defender. Not only can he defend a speedy guard like Anthony Edwards and force him into a travel, but he can also switch onto a 7-footer like Karl-Anthony Towns and force him into a miss. Not only is he a great on-ball defender, but he's also an excellent off-ball defender. On this pick and roll, Rudy Gobert gets behind Precious Achiuwa, and he should have a dunk, but there's OG Anunoby with a deflection to save the Knicks 2 points. His elite two-way production has helped the Knicks transform into a juggernaut. A great team defense requires not only amazing perimeter defenders, but a defensive-minded big man, and Isaiah Hartenstein has really stepped up in Mitch's absence. He's a shot-blocking machine. Watch the hustle by Hart on this play. The Sixers are out on the fast break. Tyrese Maxey tries to set up Kelly Oubre, but there's Hart with the stuff on the lob attempt. Here the Timberwolves get into a sideline pick and roll. Mike Conley feeds the rolling Rudy Gobert. He thinks he's going to get a dunk, but Hart puts him in the friend zone. The Timberwolves get into another pick and roll, and Gobert clearly hasn't learned his lesson as Hart blocks his shot again. He's an excellent shot blocker, but much of his work as a rim protector is using his size and length to alter the shots of driving players. Here we get a nice contest on the Rudy Gobert floater, which forces a miss. Not only does Hart defend the paint extremely well, but he's active in the passing lanes to rack up steals and deflections. He's also a great rebounder, not only helping New York finish defensive possessions by grabbing defensive boards, but giving them extra possessions with his work on the offensive glass, as well as the occasional putback. Hart is also an offensively skilled big man. He's got good passing instincts, and some of these dimes are pretty. On this play, he's clearly looking at OG Anunoby, but quickly recognizes the cutting Dante DiVincenzo. Nice pass and nice finish. He's not a lob-catching big man, but he's efficient in the paint. His push shot from about 5 feet out is cash. The way he's playing this season on both ends of the court, Hart should earn a big pay raise this upcoming free agency. Now we gotta talk about Jaylen Brunson. He proved a lot of people wrong last year. Many said he was overpaid, but his play on the court proved his contract to be a steal. Brunson has gotten even better this year, raising his scoring from 24 a game last year to 26 points per game this season. A big reason for the increase in scoring is his dominance from behind the arc. He's not only shooting the long ball at higher volume, but higher efficiency. This season, he's taking a lot more pull-up threes, and he's hitting even when well defended. Brunson isn't particularly athletic, and he's only about 6'2", but he dominates giants thanks to an incredible offensive bag. He's got a terrific handle, which helps him get in the paint at will. He's not explosive vertically, he can't just rise over shot blockers like Ja Morant, so he's got an outstanding float game. As long as he gets the teardrop over the outstretched arms of defenders, it's going through the net. He's also got terrific footwork in the paint. On this drive, he uses the up and under to get his man in the air and draw the and one. On this drive, Jaylen Brunson gets by Scoot Henderson, but he sees the big man in the paint. He steps back, then uses another up and under to both finish and get the and one. A lot of his buckets come from difficult shot making. He's a master at finding his spots in the mid-range and knocking down fadeaways and pull-ups. Another big area of growth in Brunson's game this season has been his facilitating. He draws a lot of defensive attention thanks to his scoring, and he's been great at kicking the ball out to set up his teammates for an easy basket. And just like Hart, he likes to make his passes pretty. On this drive, it looks like he's about to dish it to Hart, but he fools the defense with this no-look pass to OG. The way Brunson is playing this season, there's no reason he shouldn't make the first All-Star team of his career. Not only are teams struggling to defend Brunson, but they also can't handle the Randle. Julius got off to a slow start coming off ankle surgery, but after shaking off some rust, he's regained his all-star form. He's an absolute force in the paint, where his brute strength make him a nightmare to guard. Defenders just bounce off of him on his drives to the basket. Because he's so hard to stop, he gets fouled a lot, and he's making the most of his trips to the free throw line, shooting over 80% on his free throws. Randle isn't just dominating in the paint, he's also thriving in the mid-range. I know Carmelo was smiling somewhere as Randle uses this jab step then one dribble pull-up and drains it in McDaniel's grill. This shot is also reminiscent of Melo. He gets it to a post-up, shoots a turnaround fadeaway, and while the shot hits rim at first, he gets a friendly bounce. Because he's such a tough cover, Randle collapses defenses, and he's done a good job of passing the rock and finding the open shooter. The way he's playing, he's also deserving of an all-star appearance. And between Randle and Brunson, the Knicks easily have one of the best star duos in basketball. The fifth starter on this team is Dante Cunningham, and he's been thriving. Quentin Grimes essentially played himself out of the starting lineup with his poor shooting, and Dante capitalized off that opportunity. He's been shooting the lights out from deep all season. He's hitting 44% from 3 on the year, which is the 10th best shooting percentage from outside in the league. Dante is a sniper, but he won't just stay on the 3-point line. If he catches his man ball watching, he'll cut to the basket and finish. And along with being an excellent off-ball threat, he's a plus defender, whether it's guarding his man one-on-one or getting in the passing lanes and getting steals. His elite 3-and-D skills makes him a great fit in the starting lineup. Now let's give some credit to Quentin Grimes for his improved level of play. The 3-point shots that were bricking earlier in the year are finally swishing. He's also a fantastic defender that the Knicks often use to defend the other team's best player. His move to the second unit was no doubt a demotion, but he's been playing well for the Knicks off the bench. Another big part of that bench unit is Josh Hart. When he's not being disgusting on Twitter, he's helping the Knicks win basketball games. He's like a Swiss Army knife because he does so many things well on the court. He's another strong defender that the Knicks can put on the other team's top scorer, and he can more than hold his own in that matchup. Josh is also a relentless rebounder, not only helping to end possessions with defensive boards, but giving New York second chance opportunities with his work on the offensive glass. After getting the rebound, he loves taking it coast to coast for a strong finish at the rim. He's also a good passer. In this play, we get a heart-to-heart connection as J Hart sets up Hart for the nice finish in transition. He also helps out with the floor spacing with the respectable outside shot. Overall, his excellent all-around play is a big part of what's made the Knicks a winning team. Lastly, let's discuss Deuce McBride. When IQ got traded, Deuce became the team's backup point guard, and he's shown promise in the increased minutes. Deuce has always been an amazing defender. What's kept him out of the rotation in years past is his inability to score, but now the outside shots are finally falling. In the month of January, Deuce is shooting 50% from deep. The front office rewarded Deuce for his growth by giving him a 3-year, $13 million contract. Anyway guys, that's going to just about wrap up this analysis. The way the Knicks are playing right now, they not only look very good, but there's a strong argument to be made that they're legit championship contenders. And according to recent reports, there's optimism that their starting center Mitchell Robinson could return to the lineup, which should make them even more dangerous considering the fact that he was having a fantastic season before he got hurt. But now I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of how this Knicks team has been playing? Do you view them as legit title contenders? Let me see your thoughts down below in the comment section. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more high quality content just like it, please drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching and have an amazing rest of your day.